basically there are 6 reasons why you would do a subscription, basically, that we've identified. Replenishment is the obvious one, right? So toilet roll, right? You're going to need toilet roll, so just need, or pet food is the other one we do with Chewy. We get our dog food arrives every month, blah, blah, blah. Replenishment is really sort of super simple. And it's really obvious around subscription, but it's very boring, and generally it's not things like shoes, which people have a higher sort of interest in. And so actually the second reason why people do it is around kind of exclusivity. There's things on there that are unique to them, sort of thing. So, on a regular basis, it's kind of like, and that was a little bit like with Vinyl Me Please, having records, a re-release done in super nice, high, heavy vinyl, really nicely sleeve design, et cetera. And so people were locked into getting it from Vinyl Me Please. So every month you wanted that new exclusive record, fantastic, and so it creates that need for a monthly subscription. So that's another reason. The third is actually things like budget planning, actually, and people, amazingly, people like to just fire and forget. So that happens a lot with food things, for example. Like athletic greens is a classic example of something around budget. People want to get their kind of vitamins or their, smoothies and stuff like that. And you're doing it basically, every month it's going to be $20 a month, or whatever it might be. So that's another sort of reason. Then sustainability is another reason, because if you have to have a relationship with a consumer in order to get the product back. So products, recycling and reuse is another really important part of the part of the cycle that you need to do. And that's what On Running are doing with their Cyclone program, is around, making sure that they can get that product back again so they can recycle it, kind of thing. What was the other ones? Oh, now I'm running out of my choices here. Anyway, so those are the sort of main ones. So if you come back to your shoes again, if you're the sort of person that just finds a shoe you love, and I guess the Air Force One being a really example of this, and that's actually a subscription we talked about with Nike, was this idea of the triple white or Air Force One, because there's a huge community of people want the cleanest triple whites, and once they get dirty, they're like, oh, my triple whites are freaking dirty. I don't want those triple whites anymore. I want a new pair of triple whites. And they're in such short supply that actually, I guess it feeds a little bit into the exclusivity plus, is that, you would sign up for the subscription and you would every month or every 2 months or 3 months, whatever, you'd have your fresh pair of triple whites arriving. You knew they were coming. You didn't feel too stressed if you got a bit of a smudge on it after 2 months or whatever, because you knew it was coming. And that could really work. So in the context of what you're doing, as long as it met that profile of being something that was like so freaking awesome that it was almost like iconic in that way, then choice doesn't become as much of an issue, right? So, but obviously you have to, it's all with Nike's Air Force One, it's had years and years of incredible sort of marketing and brand building to get to that stage, kind of thing. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're thinking about your project.